Hello everyone, I've prepared this video on school climate and culture to review the assignment that was due on the 6th and ask everyone, unless I noted otherwise on your assignment, to review and revise the work that you submitted before we move on. So I want to explain some things beforehand, and so anyways, I hope this helps a little bit, and here we go. So when we're talking about definitions, and I'll go into some examples that I received a little bit later. But anyways, so this is a very textbook definition of what school climate is. I'm not going to read through these. I don't have the voice for it, but this is definition of school climate, and these are features of a positive school climate. So in writing a good definition, paraphrasing what you have here, what you want to do is you want to look through these three components and these features and write a definition that integrates these three areas and perhaps provides a few examples. In fact, you could write the definition and you could say a few examples of features of positive school climate include blah, blah, and blah. Okay. Now, one of the things that I really like about this slide right here is that it gives you sort of definitions of what those features are. One of the things that this lacks is explaining to you how you would observe for this during your O&P experience. So, for example, you can observe specific instances of respectful relationships while you're in your O&P, but you will not be able to say, this school has a positive school climate because it has respectful relationships. You're going to be doing observations for 35 hours, and that's not near enough to be able to collect enough evidence to do what we refer to as generalizing. So you will be collecting examples that will provide evidence of different components of positive school climate or negative school climate. Okay, then when we go on to school culture, same thing. Okay, so it is not, you can't, you guys, you can, when you're writing a definition for school culture, you can't say, okay, the definition of school culture is a positive school culture fosters supportive and conducive learning environment. What? That doesn't make sense. So you have to synthesize these, and then, like I said before, bring in a few examples. All right. I'm not looking for you to do some amazing writing activity here, but I do want to see some evidence that you wrestled with these ideas intellectually, meaning you thought about them and, really tried to figure out what it means. Okay, so anyways, features of the positive school climate here. All right, and classroom climate. Okay, classroom climate refers to the overall atmosphere and environment within a classroom. What does that even mean? Okay, that is word salad. Goes on to say it encompasses various factors. Now it's explaining what that means. But if you just tell me that it refers to the overall atmosphere and environment within a classroom, because, like I said, that's word salad. And, you hear me laughing, chuckling in the background as I'm talking about this, because, geez, I've done all this stuff too. I have done all this stuff too. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Anyways, so here are features of positive classroom climate. And um, there are some places here where you can see um, ideas for what you might observe, what you might try to look for when you're in a classroom. You might try to observe for what students are doing to be engaged in the classroom. And a lot of you talked about engagement. I'm so glad that you did. An engaging environment, engaging teaching environment is a very, very important factor to creating a positive classroom climate. And we go on to classroom culture. And then here are the features, or I should say some features of positive classroom. Good God. Anyway, features of a positive classroom culture. So look through these examples, these definitions and then features on your own time. And I'm not asking anyone to rewrite the definitions, but I want you to look through this information because it has particular relevance to the assignment. Okay, so now I want to explain to you about, I'm going to give you some shortcuts and explain the method to my madness here so you understand how I put this all together, because I'm really not trying to stump you. I'm not trying to make things difficult in any way, shape, or form. So let me explain. This is the overview page right here, right straight from your Canvas. I just screenshotted it and shrunk it down. I shrunk it down to a point I can't even freaking read it. But anyways, okay. So this is the page. Now this first section here, school climate and culture. Well, I put this first because when you go to the page, it's background information. Okay, this is the information that you need to understand so that the details are coming, so that the details that are coming next will actually make sense to you. So this is like, we refer to it as context, so that you have something to actually connect the pieces to. Another way to think about it is this is the overall landscape of school culture. And then you'll be able to fill in details as we go along. But if we start with the details, it just becomes isolated trivia. So this, when we are teaching, this is the background information that we provide so that students have, we refer to it as a container to put the details in, a hanger to hang the details on. So those are some of the ways that we talk about this kind of information. So if in the assignment you said that you are going to observe for collaborative and you were going to observe for let's see, balkanized or fragmented. No. Those are the different types or classifications of school culture. And you can't really observe for that. There are characteristics that you can look for, but like I said, this is background information. So what I'm asking you to do is to read through the background information and understand the broad concept of school culture. And then I'm going to have you observe for and research the details. I hope that helps. I hope that makes a little bit more sense. And I'm sorry I didn't provide this beforehand. As I was reading your assignments, I realized, oh, well, if I explained this, maybe it would help a little bit more. So now the next part, right here, we went through the background, right? Now here, what are the characteristics of a good school? All right, so this page provides general descriptions, not necessarily specific things that you can observe. So we're going from the landscape to general characteristics. Soon we'll get to the specifics. But here, qualified and caring teachers. So if you wrote that you were going to observe qualified and caring teachers, yeah, okay. You can probably observe examples of a teacher demonstrating caring for a student or not caring for a student. It's really difficult to observe for qualified. So this is, again, helping you understand the background for the details that you're looking for. So let's see, and I explained that down here in this, in all of this, and I hope you take some time to read through it. So a preview of what we're going to be looking for will be like if you said, I'm going to be observing for engaging teaching. That's a tough one, and you don't know this yet, but engaging is a really difficult word in teaching. It's very undefined. And so if you want to say that you're going to observe for engaging teaching, what you'll want to do is look for teaching styles that encourage students to engage. And I think that once you get into the classroom, and those of you who are already in the classroom, you'll really be able to pull out examples of when teachers are using teaching styles that help students get involved with their learning versus those where students are being passive recipients for the information, like you're being right now. Okay, so now let's get a little bit more specific. Right, here we are. So visible characteristics of a grade school. Okay, so when I asked what you were going to observe for, I wasn't asking, I wasn't giving, really truly, I wasn't trying to play tricks on you. It's all right here. It's here. So this right here gives you all the specifics that you need, and it explains what you would even be looking for. So clean and well-maintained facilities. So well-kept classrooms, clean hallways, blah, blah, blah. So don't make it harder than it is. This, use this, okay? Use it. You're probably also a little shy about doing that because I'm sure a lot of teachers are like, no, you can't just copy paste. I don't want you to specifically copy paste, but I want you to use this as a guide because not all of these things will be appropriate. Like resourceful teachers, it's a little bit difficult to observe for. So you want to make sure that you read through this and pick the ones that are appropriate. Okay, so a little bit more. Now, one that a lot of you missed was DPI, School Accountability Report Cards. And I don't blame you. I would have missed that too. And I know for some of you it was locked, and I really have to apologize for that. There was a reason why there were so many problems with that. But anyways, it's sorted out now. So it's open and you shouldn't have any problems with it. So no harm, no foul. Please forgive me. And so now I want you to take a look at these school accountability report cards. And I know some of you did in your 243 if you have Dr. Seawright. So yeah, this is the resource that I think you used for that. So here in the DPI website, you're going to be able to go in and find your school and your school district, all the schools in the district, and you're going to be able to find things like how many students go there, what grades are offered, what diverse population, what are the populations of diverse students, what's the percentage of students from low-income populations, what kind of disciplinary problems exist, how are students doing on standardized testing, the percentage of students that are graduating, those that are going on to college, what extracurricular activities, how many teachers work there, what the qualifications of the teachers are, blah, 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 all of it. You can find that here. So instead of Googling it, you guys, you can't go to your principal and ask these questions. Okay, I appreciate you thinking about that and really trying to figure out how you can find this information. But you can find this information through the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, DPI website. And this is going to help you out a lot. So take a look at that, figure out the information that you really want to know about your school in order to be knowledgeable, in order to understand what's going on. Okay, so general suggestions. As I said, conducting these observations and research is for you to do. Sorry, I'm losing my voice again. Don't overwhelm your cooperating teacher or the staff. So no surveys, no emailing questions. You don't need to do that. This isn't that big of a deal, okay? Save conversations with your cooperating teacher for questions that you really care about, that you really want your cooperating teacher to answer. This is an assignment. I mean, at the end of the day, this is an assignment. Your professional development and growth as a future teacher is the most important thing. So don't waste a lot of time asking about things that you don't really care about. I do think it's important that you talk to your teacher about why there are specific classroom rules, or how they came up with their classroom rules, or how they feel their classroom rules are working, or the routines that they have, or what kinds of things that they do to build a positive classroom climate. What do they do to help students all feel welcome and a sense of belonging? Those are great questions. But I would hope that you would ask those questions really out of interest, and not necessarily just to jot something down on an assignment, although the two can work together, I suppose. Okay, so looking at reviews, I know, oh my gosh, I saw that. I like to go to Rate My Professor and see, figure out who my professors are. Oh God, that just makes me want to throw right up. Anyways, what I know about reviews, having been in this game for 12 years now, reviews mean very little. It's not like going to Yelp to figure out if the restaurant's good or not. A lot of the people who actually write reviews have a purpose for it. And I did take a look at the Great Schools website to look up some of the schools that you're assigned, and there are a very limited number of reviews there. And so one of the schools that I looked at, elementary school, had 10 glowing reviews. Means nothing. It really means nothing. So that I really wouldn't waste your time on. There is some additional information there, demographics and things like that, but you can find that all on the DPI website, and it will be accurate and current. Another thing that I have to point out is that you're not there at your OMP site to evaluate or critique what's being done, or to at all provide suggestions. Remember, you are just starting to learn how to become a teacher. I'm not diminishing your life experience or the things that you have learned, but you have to remember that the teachers that you're going to be working with are qualified professionals, and you're not really in a position to evaluate them or offer them the benefit of your suggestions, all right? So the way that I want you to think about this is that you're collecting examples of what's happening at the school and in the classroom so that you can learn more about what's going on. We're going to be looking at school climate and classroom climate, culture, all of that very objectively, very clinically, okay? Next, okay, in terms of assignments, all right, folks, will you please read your answers before you submit? I need to say, and I haven't said this yet, I have ADHD and I'm dyslexic. Very much both, okay? I'm not asking you to read your answers because I really care about your spelling or your grammar. That's not it. I'm asking you that because otherwise I have a very difficult time understanding. I'm reading a ton of stuff online, and black and white text online for me is one of the most challenging parts of my learning disabilities. So I really need you to read your answers before submitting, because when they're really grammatically incorrect, it literally stops my thinking, and I have to relentlessly figure out what was being said there, and it's very, very difficult for me. So things that came up in this one were like, what features of school climate and culture do you think you could observe while at O&P? Participate in fun activities. I saw that so many times. What features could you observe? Participate in fun activities. See, that kind of stuff jars my brain and like seizes it up. It's like, what happened? And it's very difficult. And I know that's not what you meant to say, because that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Then your to-do list. On your to-do list, some of you were going to observe student growth. Huh? Some of you were going to strategic planning. Okay. No, these are all things that I too would write, especially when I am in the throes of ADHD and I'm not focused. This is how my work can appear. So I get it. Oh my gosh, I totally get it. And I am not judging you in any way, shape, or form. However, I'm asking just for a little bit of help, so that I can more effectively provide you feedback and make sure that you get the grade that you deserve. So, yeah, those are tough for me, but this is the worst right here. Okay, if you are pressed for time, if you are running late on an activity, an assignment, or whatever, and you're going to just throw it together at the last minute, oh my God, don't, please, God, please don't. All right? Incomplete, thrown together, difficult to understand, stream of consciousness, text walls, especially text walls with no formatting. My brain can't. It's not that I don't want to. It's that I legit can't understand it. And I'm at the point now where I have received so many assignments over the years that are woefully incomplete, that were so haphazardly thrown together because my students are busy. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I know it. Because my students are busy. Because my students have not only school and work, also life. And that's important. Again, I'm not being sarcastic. I get it. So here's what I'm looking for. If you are jammed up and you are going to be late for an assignment, you are stuck on an assignment and you're going to be just throwing it together. If you hate an assignment and you think it's absolutely stupid and you're pissed off at the assignment and you're just going to throw stuff together, oh my God, will you please reach out to me? I know you don't really know me, especially because of this online, the way that I'm teaching online and all of that. But I really want you to reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. You don't have to tell me, all the details of it, but tell me you're having difficulties getting the assignment in on time. Guess what? I make the decisions. I set the due dates. So, well, I'm the one that you probably might want to talk to see. And I don't mean to ask for permission to turn in something late. I mean, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. I can help. And more importantly, I want to help. I'm here to support you. And this format, it doesn't allow me to give you the benefit of my very best teaching, but I'll tell you something. If you reach out to me for help and we start working together, you will get the very best of me. You absolutely will. That is my passion. That is, oh, I eat that up. So anyways, please let me know how I can help. And, if you're going to turn in an assignment late, just let me know. You don't have to get a late penalty. You also don't have to give me some bullshit excuse either. So just let me know what's going on. Let me partner with you in your learning, okay? I care a whole lot. So anyways, what I want you to do is revise those assignments. I have changed the questions, made them easier for you, and take a look at the assignment online. And let's see if we can get through this school climate and culture stuff and move on. All right. Anyways, let me know how I can help.